Welcome back to My Retired Life. I'm Steven. If this is your first time here, I'm glad you found me. If you've been here before, then you know I'm retired and I'm spending most of my free time working on projects around the house. I have big plans to clean up and organize my shop, but first, I've been working on this storage room, so let's continue that. You can come along too. Well, as you can see, I've replaced that small box with a bigger box because I just didn't have enough room, excuse my language there, didn't have enough room for the electronics. So I had to go bigger. Plus, I needed a space to put my plug in my sprinkler system box. So let's get on with putting that plug in. As you can see, the hole for the receptacle has already been cut out. Now, let me get that box ready to install. I'll start by stripping some sheathing on some 14 gauge Romex wire about 4 inches or so. But before we go any further, I want to tell you I'm not an electrician and I'm not telling you how to do anything. I'm just showing you how I did it. Now I will strip about 3/4 of insulation from each wire using a combination tool. The box that I'm using has cutouts that are easy to remove. Just cut the little tabs with a box blade. Once these tabs are removed, the hole that is left is used to run the wire through. On each end of the black and white wire, I form a C-shaped loop using needle nose pliers. Most plug receptacles have holes that you can just push the wire in for easy connection. Push-in fittings are convenient. I believe screw terminals are more dependable. Now I hook each wire around the screw terminal so it forms a clockwise loop, then tighten the screw firmly. The receptacles are marked as to which side the black and white wires are to be placed. The bare wire is used for ground connection. I put a loop on it and tighten the green screw. The receptacles come with mounting screws used to secure to the box. I'm using a scrap piece of wood to mount the receptacle box to hold it in place. Just add a few screws. The next item to go in the box is a sprinkler system pump relay switch box. I start by putting the orange wire through a hole in the bottom of the box that I had drilled earlier. I will use a scrap piece of 2x4 to hold it up from the bottom and some 3/4 inch plywood from the side. Now it is very easy to keep it in the right position while I put in a few screws. The wire from the relay to the pump is next to go in. If you haven't seen any of my previous episodes, this system was already wired up and in use, so I just need to reconnect some of these wires. All I do is run the wires through the bottom of the wooden box and then through a plastic grommet and connect it to the relay with spade connectors. With that completed, I will use the wood spacers for the sprinkler control box. It looks level, so I'll mark the center line and put a screw in to hang the box on, and put a screw at the bottom of the box. Next up is running wires from the control valves to the control box. I'll start by pulling the wires through the bottom of the mounting box and then through the sprinkler control box. Now, each colored wire is placed in the correct place for each zone. Now it's time to run some power from the new breaker box to the relay switch. Because the pump has been running in the past, the wires are already connected to the relay. All I need to do is connect them to the breaker box. I don't know if I like this cable clamp, but it's all I could find. It's kind of easy to use. Sometimes I forget to strip enough sheathing so all the wires can go where they need to go in the box. This time I remembered. The red and black wire are hot. They go to the breaker. The white wire is neutral and it gets connected to the neutral bus bar. The wire without insulation is your ground wire and it is connected to the grounding bar. Now, let's bring in the big wire coming from the main breaker box. This will provide the power to the sub panel. I start by making a hole at the top by removing a knockout and inserting a cable clamp. This is the kind that I like. It has a retaining nut that can be tightened from the inside of the box. To connect the wires, it's about the same as the previous wires you've seen in this video. Remove the sheeting, strip the wires, and tighten the retaining screw in their appropriate location. This video is running a bit long and I will end it here. If you saw the video from a few weeks ago, you know I planted some grass seed in my backyard. As you can see, I've had some rain. I hope it's not too much, but time will tell. I'll keep you updated. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again next time on My Retired Life.